So today I get a special treat. Ron actually found a artist sketch walk going through Glacier Park and suggested that I go on it. So I am having a little bit of Alyssa time, and I am attending a group walk where we get to sketch, and it's led by the artist here. So I'm very excited about that. I'm going to attempt to record some of it while we're going, but I'm going to try to concentrate on what I'm doing as well. And I even have a GoPro I'm going to attempt to attach to my backpack. So if it's really shaky or I'm missing the mark a little bit, just bear with me. Here we go. I'm going to take this opportunity to tell you a little bit about the Artist in Residency program that happens at a lot of national parks and historical sites. The artist today is actually from Honolulu. She had a 1-month residency here at Glacier National Park. For the month of July, she had 4 programs in which she engaged with the community. I was lucky enough to be there for one of them. The national parks and national historic sites are open to all kinds of artists. If you're interested in becoming an artist in residence or taking one of their classes, make sure to look at the events and see if there's any of these programs. They're so interesting because there's always a different perspective. There could be musicians, painters, sculptors, textile art. There have been all kinds of different artists. So I'm back in the car after my artist's, I thought it was called a sketch walk. We didn't do any walking. We just sat down by the river. So we went down by the water, and there was a view of the mountains on one side and down the stream on the other, and there were some buildings on the other side. And the first thing we did was to sit and just be. Just sit there and do nothing for 15 minutes, absorb, relax, and you're supposed to look at things far away, look at them up close, really pay attention. Kind of get your mind right and think about what you want to draw. I struggled with what I want to draw most of the time. I feel like it's such a commitment, but that was nice to just kind of relax and sit by the water and listen to the birds, and a butterfly would come by. The only problem was there was bees, and it was very hard for me to not just constantly be swatting things away. After we did our kind of relaxed time, the artist, her name is Emily, she took us on, she gave us some tips on how to draw, basic line weights, gave us pencil, and then we also had watercolors. So I did a couple sketches, and you know, they're rough. I'm not a watercolor artist, so this was kind of new to me. This was my painting. I didn't really finish up here, but there was a park ranger sitting in front of me, and I thought that was really kind of an interesting perspective to have a park ranger sitting at the park, and he was drawing and painting as well. So that is my painting that I did, and I did a couple quick studies of some leaves and some plants that were there, and practicing my coloring. And she did, and then I started a new one. She did give us this nice watercolor postcard. I didn't want to use it in the moment. I know I should have embraced it all, but it was like this big commitment to paint on this card when I had already started my other things. We ran out of time, and so I am going to do this again on another day. I actually do have watercolors that I brought with us because the girls like to paint too, and they're cheaper. The experience was very good. I thought it was relaxing and calming. My only complaint would be my butt hurt after sitting in the rocks on the ground, and there were bees, so that part was a little uncomfortable, but it was still totally worth it and totally free. So if you ever see these kinds of things, you don't have to be an artist. You just experience. It's a whole new experience, a whole new part of the park that you might not have seen. So I'm heading home now to see what Ron and the girls are up to and see what else we're going to do today. So see you in a bit. So I came home and ate some lunch. Ron and the kids were just hanging out in the trailer. The kids played on the playground and played inside. And Ron did some work on the computer. And the RV park blew up a bouncy house for the kids. Yeah, so now they are bouncing in the bouncy house. And there's a rock shop that is next to the RV park. So I think after we bounce, we might walk over and take a look.
Ooh, we can push each other out of the arena. So this funny spot is the arena. Here, here's what we're supposed to do. Back, your head down, put your hands on my shoulders. And we're supposed to push each other out of the arena. I did it! I win! Rock shop, rocky shop.
Leave him alone, Mila.
What's the kitty's name?
Citrine.
Hi, Citrine.
Citrine.
Mila really loves cats.
See, she's sometimes she'll come. She's got
Yeah.
arthritis.
Oh.
That's why she's limping, and that's why she's
Yeah.
fat.
Ooh, Mommy, I like marbles.
Mhm.
Oh,
So, what did you get?
I got a rock.
And you got a...
Shell.
Are there seashells in Montana?
No.
But it's pretty shell, isn't it?
Yeah.
I like it. I like your rock. I picked out this rock.
I like this because it looks like the space. I picked this because it reminds me of the beach. I like the beach.
Living full-time in an RV does have a few challenges. For us, we move so fast that we don't always have enough time to explore every single thing at a city or a park that we're at. Unfortunately for us, this is where our Glacier Park experience stops. Couple different reasons. Life happens. We need to do laundry and we have to work. We also have this adorable dog here and we can't leave her in the camper for 12 hours by herself. The power is somewhat unreliable at these RV parks and we certainly don't want to come back to a 100-degree camper and a dog who's not with us any longer. So for those reasons, we were not able to go back into the park for the long shuttle ride and experience Logan Pass after all, but we do feel like we got a glimpse into Glacier Park and it is on our list to come back to.